Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about the number 6 personal year, and it is a year where people personally experience the energy, the events, the change that happens with that number, and the 9-year cycle is what everybody goes through over and over again, just like seasons, personal years 1 through 9 over and over again. And before we begin, I'll let you know that I am a professional numerologist. I've been practicing it professionally for the past 4 years, but I have been in self-study for the past 14 years and it will continue. So I'm also going to help you calculate the personal year number, and if my explanation in this video doesn't make sense, then you can check the description to get your number as well. So it is a really simple formula. You only need 3 components to get to your personal year number. So I'll use my birthday for example. So what you need is your day of birth, your month of birth, and the year, any year that you want to find the number. So let's use 2021 for example. So for me, I'm born the 28th of November. So what I do is I take the 28th of November and 2021. So separate all those 3 components into a single digit and then add them all up together again. So that's 2 plus 8 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 17. And the goal of numerology is to get to a single digit. 17 is not a single digit yet, so I have to take 1 plus 7 equals 8. So in 2021, 8 is my personal year number. And if I want to figure out 2022, then it's number 9 because it goes in mathematical logical order. Or you can just plug in 2022 in the equation. So now let's begin. So I have 8 points with the number 6 year, and what I'm gonna give you, like the knowledge, it's mostly based from Pythagoras' teaching, as well as from my observations throughout the 14 years and working with clients. So now I have like a metaphor or analogy. I don't even know if that's the correct word for it. There's like a symbol that I use, symbolic language I use for every year. So number 5 in the year before was spring. I'm using like nature metaphor. So spring was like freedom, more flight, birds start chirping, and it feels like spring. And then number 6, personal year, I would use the word nourishment when it comes to growing in nature. So you're like nurturing the seed, and you planted the seed in the personal year 1. So the themes of the 6th personal year is about home, family, and service to community. So that's a year where it requires you to be more responsible. And it's like, even if you don't, even if I didn't tell you this, if you look at the past, the previous 6 year that you've experienced, it's gonna resonate. So the first I want to talk about is there's going to be a lot of relationship growth in the 6th personal year. So there tends to be more family devotion, family reunions, friendships flourishing as well, your network flourishing, as well as romance. And it could be with getting into a relationship, marriage, having children, or divorce and breakup. So number 6 is all about, should I continue with this relationship or should I do the right thing and break it off? And other like little mini themes. So there's going to be a lot of growth in the number 6 year, and it tends to be more steady than the number 5 year, because 5 year from the previous year is all scattered, restless, not a lot of things made sense or things just fell through. And now with number 6, there's more commitment that people are willing to make, as well as more people willing to commit to you. So like any commitments like jobs, projects, relationships. And also it's a year to balance your obligations as well. In a number 6 year, a lot of the weight goes to you putting everybody's needs before you, taking care of a lot of people's stuff as well, like you being more responsible. The number 6, I think about the mother or the father, it is somebody who plays like a parental figure and like trying to take care of everybody's business. So I do see on the negative side of the number 6 year where you feel burnt out from just helping family so much and just putting their needs before you, putting the needs of friendships before you. If somebody needs help, you're like, oh, I'll be the first one to help. Like, what do you need? I'll be there. So you got to remember when to balance it, when to say no as well. Then also, it's about truth and justice as well. So think of a parent again, which represents this number 6. Parents, they want to do the right thing in general. They seek to do what's truthful. It could be just anything related to like social consciousness or social justice as well in number 6 year, because it's all about group connections in the number 6 year. So there's less likely to rock the boat. There's more wanting to create harmony within groups, within families, within friend groups, within your work community as well. And it tends to be more, like I said, stable in the number 6 year, more slow and steady advancement. Not like super slow, but like you feel like there's growth happening in the number 6 year. When it comes to your interest in the number 6 year, I do see more people lean towards creating a home that feels more safe, secure, comfortable. They want to make their home environment more like a safe haven, and it could be creative as well, like looking around their space, what they want to make to make the place look more safe and beautiful and cozy in the number 6 year. There's also more group harmony that people are interested in as well, and then also creativity. So I mentioned that earlier. People get more into art, music, romance, poetry, as well as anything involving teaching and healing. When I was in my last personal 6 year, I got involved in like some clubs and communities, like spiritual communities, where I could share numerology as well and work with other healers. And I was just in so many groups, like with work. I had 2 jobs, another community trying to study natural medicine, and then another community downtown in the city to teach numerology. So a lot of people looked to me for like advice, anything involving inner or spiritual growth for the number 6 year. And it's also people are more interested in the sustenance, like sustaining things, like financial advancement, sustaining friendships, nurturing friendships. And sustenance is about like growth, like feeding something or someone, taking care of more children. More people are willing to trust you in the number 6 year as well. The first day of my number 6 year, my roommate asked me to babysit her 2 toddler daughters, and yeah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that, even though I'm not a nurturer, not a babysitter, but I noticed that in the number 6 year, more people are looking at me to take care and being responsible, connecting to them and their family and their group. Then let's talk about personal success. So creative vision. So you're personally going to succeed if you really work with what do you see? What's the highest vision that you have? That is the year to really measure yourself up, to grow yourself, to work on personal development, as well as work on other people, like helping them personally grow or develop as well. Just like a parent who wants to take care of their children. They want their children to grow, get to the best potential, be committed, be responsible as well in the number 6 year. Then also personally, you will succeed more if you take personal responsibility, like the things you do. It could be that you are more responsible with your health, your diet, more responsible with the job that you have. You could be getting promoted in the number 6 year as well. Taking personal responsibility, and even if you have, like, let's say a business, showing that you're responsible is going to attract more like sales or success. Also in the number 6 year, people are very magnetic in the number 6 year, and 6 is all about like you can easily attract more wishes and desires in the number 6 year. So you have to also remember to be careful of what you think about, because in a 6 year, if people are like, if you're thinking, I don't need anybody, I can do this by myself, and then what do you know, the next day you're all by yourself. So any dream or desire or goal you have, you can have the ability to attract a group of people to help you with your goals. Okay. And then the next thing I want to talk about is work. So I mentioned career or job advancement, promotion, more stable with finances as well. And it comes from you being more willing to commit and be responsible. Also, I would say get involved in communities, and it doesn't have to be within the work environment. That's going to help you be more successful as well. And I think more people are going to need to depend on you or lean on you for things or advice or help. And also at work, really get to know your relationships, your colleagues, your network. That's going to be really appreciated. Then when it comes to business, I would say this is a year where a lot of people feel like, maybe I should start something at home. Now I feel like staying at home, working from home. So anything involving your house, because 6 again is about like raising, sustaining things starting at the home. It tends to be with like a creative skill as well. And also it's a good year in business to market your hobby, as well as signing long-term agreements, long-term contracts in the number 6 year. That tends to be very successful, as well as, again, nurturing your network. So now when it comes to finances, I want to talk about that. I did mention a bit before that it is the year where people get advancement. There's more financial stability. So it's a year like that feels less risky or less rocky when it comes to finances in general. Then also financial growth, financial responsibility. Yeah, so just think about growth when it comes to finances. Last thing I want to talk about is what to be aware of. So I would first say be aware of being responsible for everybody, because it tends to be the year where you probably will have more experiences where you feel overwhelmed by your responsibilities. I definitely did. I did mention earlier I worked 2 jobs. I was studying. I was also involved in a community downtown. My it did overwhelm me, and I was exhausted, and it was draining my health. I was sacrificing my health trying to be everywhere at once and taking care of so many people. So remember when to say no. Remember when to smell the roses as well, and also to know that people love you by the way you are, not what you do for them. So, and then the second thing I want to talk about what to be aware of is perfectionism. So 6 is all about potential, high standards, high ideals, growth, sustenance, personal development, and you probably lose sight of the big picture if you just constantly want perfection. It's all about taking a step at a time and just growing and just committing to like the process, instead of like I want it at the very end. I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want any flaws. That's not healthy. That is not mentally healthy for somebody to pursue perfectionism. I believe that probably only God can be perfect. And also the last thing I want to talk about is having a negative attitude in the number 6 year. So again, people tend to be very magnetic in a number 6 year, so you could manifest more relationships and more connections when it comes to what you want to achieve. And if you think negatively, it's going to attract that reality way faster in the number 6 year. So keeping a positive attitude is really going to help you get really far, really advance. Okay, so that is it for the number 6 personal year reading. Let me know if that makes sense sense, you can leave a comment down below. And also, if you would like personal reading from me, you can check out in the description and look at my website. So that is all. Have a beautiful day. Until next time. Bye.